Hello, it's August 1st, 2019, and welcome to the program called True Self or False Identity. My name is Stephen. I'm a human being much like and much the same as you. I would wager that I have many, many more things in common with you than different from you. I've had my share of suffering and tragedy in my life. I've been hurt and disappointed and betrayed, both in love relationships, family relationships, and in business. But I still feel grateful and blessed most of the time. I'm glad to say that I feel hopeful and positive most of the time. I believe the very gift of life is a miracle, a magical, amazing good fortune. I believe that there is no reason we can't have a world where the great majority of all people all over the world are happy, content, and joyful most of the time. I believe we can have a world where all people have the opportunity to reach for the higher things in life because we all have access to the basic needs in life, which are clean air, water, and food, adequate clothing and shelter, a basic sense of safety and belonging to a community, a tribe, a village, or a place, a land. And we have access to the natural world and basic free will, freedom of choice, freedom of movement. What are the higher things in life? The ability to learn and grow and expand our mental, emotional, and spiritual sense of self. Our ability to have the time and space to think about the bigger picture beyond our sense of survival. Our freedom and opportunity to reach beyond the fear-based ego into the higher dimensions of creativity, benevolence, joy, service to others, creating for the sake of bringing more beauty and joy into the world, whether through writing or performing, through music or art, poetry, prose, or many other ways which I haven't yet mentioned. I believe the true purpose of every human being lies somewhere in this realm of reaching beyond mere survival into the higher realms of creative personal expression, spiritual evolution and development, finding and communing with God in whatever way we each can find to do so, in a way that is genuine to our own unique souls. If we reach for the stars and only make it to the clouds, so be it. But what if we reach for the stars and become a self-aware part of the galaxy, of the universe? We will not become more if we never reach. So that is what this program is about. I am here to stimulate you and encourage you. I'm not here to teach you or lead you. I am here to stimulate you to teach yourself, to lead yourself. No one but you can reach up for yourself. No one but you can break yourself out of old limitations. No one but you can wake up from hypnotic spells about small versions of yourself. No one but you can finally break yourself free from the bondage of the thought forms and self-images you have unknowingly accepted about yourself. Maybe given to you from other misled human beings around you, from the collective of a misled society, or from those behind the scenes who deliberately wish to keep you weak and controllable. You are far more powerful and significant than you yet realize. You are far more capable and have far more important and amazing gifts to share with this world than you may have yet allowed yourself to imagine. When you hear me telling you these things, right in this minute, as you hear these words right now, you very well may also be hearing a voice in your head, like a voiceover, saying, I don't really believe what this guy's saying. This is all just more BS piled higher. I know full well who and what I am and what I'm capable of. I'm just the me I've always known. I'm a relatively small, weak, isolated person in this big, crazy, confusing world. I'm one speck of sand on the beach of humanity, struggling to get ahead and make something of myself. I'm putting on as good a front as I can to my peers and my friends, my coworkers and my boss, but inside I feel fragile, insecure, uncertain, scared. I don't really know what this life is all about, why it's so hard, why there are so many bad things going on. Sometimes it seems like the news is just one bad thing after another. I'm just hoping to survive and have a little escape, a little fun, and avoid as much pain and suffering as possible. Well, that voice in your head that I just portrayed and enacted, did that ring a bell? Did that sound in any way familiar to you? Have you ever heard your own mind saying anything in any way similar to you? Have you ever heard yourself telling yourself anything that was in any way like that? Probably not those exact words, maybe, but in essence, in general, any similar messages. You know, the message of, hey, don't be a fool. You're not anything special. Don't risk really trying, really going for your secret dreams, because you will probably fail. It's not worth it. You better play it safe. Be satisfied with what you got, with where you're at. You got to watch out for number one after all. Be honest. Have you ever heard anything similar to that running through your mind? Well, guess what? What if I told you that the very same line of thought with that very same theme is also running through the back of the mind of every other human being on the planet? And in each case, it was being voiced in that person's own voice, inside of their own head. What if I told you that these types of thoughts are actually not inherent or natural to you or to any other human being? What if I told you that this voice in your head that sounds like your own voice speaking to you is not you? It's not coming from you. What if I told you it was a program like a malware, like a computer virus, that has been deliberately and maliciously imposed on human beings for millennia to keep us all of us, the whole human race, in a controllable box. What if I told you that right now, more so than any previous time in human history, right now the conditions and the opportunity have never been better for you and me and all of us to disengage and break free from this malware? We now have an unprecedented opportunity to recognize and step free from this psychic neural malware that has helped some very dark and nefarious beings keep humanity held down and contained in a prison planet-like matrix for millennia, since before our current understanding of human history began. If this idea stimulates a spark of recognition inside of you, then I invite you to continue stepping forward. But if this notion sounds like the most absurd, ridiculous, Looney Tune, crazy thing you've ever heard, then this program will not be of service to you. And I bid you go in peace. However, if this notion creates even a flicker of awakened memory in you, or even a tiny sparkle of curiosity inside you, and the slightest opening for what if in your mind, then this program is for you, and I lovingly invite you to continue to explore with me further in the next episodes.